When I was in Pennsylvania visiting my parents over the holidays, my mom unexpectedly taught me a new recipe. She taught me how to make Korean crab chun or crab stick omelets. They're ridiculously easy to make but super tasty. They're perfect for parties or if you need to make something for unexpected guests on the fly. So come on, grab some crab sticks and I'll show you how to make this. The word chun is usually referencing pancakes, but because there's no flour involved in this recipe, I decided to call it omelets. And it's actually almost a non-recipe because it's so easy to make. All you're gonna need is imitation crab, eggs, salt, pepper, onion, garlic, scallions, jalapeno, and vegetable oil. If the thought of imitation crab sticks makes you uneasy because you're not used to it, it's just white fleshed fish that's pulverized and shaped into crab sticks. And I don't know why, but it's really tasty, it's seasoned on its own, and it's what you find inside of California rolls or Korean rice rolls called kimbap. I have a 1 pound package, and I think I'm just gonna slip on my handy kitchen gloves, which coincidentally my mom also gave me from Pennsylvania the last time I was there. So I guess this episode is dedicated to her. Hi, Oma. So you can see that crab sticks come individually wrapped in these little plastic thingies. You're just gonna give it an unfurling. You're gonna use this whole package. If you wanted to cut down this recipe in half because you don't wanna make this many little omelets, it's fine by me. Go ahead and do that. You can't really mess up the measurements. And that's why I said it's kind of like a non-recipe. But I actually just like to go ahead and make the whole thing while I'm at it, and then just keep the leftovers in the freezer. That way, when you do have unexpected guests over, you just need to pop them into the microwave, nuke them for a little bit, and then you have a little side dish ready for you. And then you're gonna grab a big bowl and pick apart the little individual crab sticks, just like what I'm doing here, as if you're pulling apart string cheese. But it's kind of a tedious job, so you can do this while you're watching TV or something. Or you can binge watch our channel. How about that, eh? If you're wondering why I'm over here today instead of the kitchen, no reason. I just felt like mixing things up, and since this is such an easy recipe, I was like, I might as well. Are you someone who likes repetitive, mindless activity? Then this will be like your dream job. For me, I don't like this kind of stuff, but it's so worth it in the end. Last one, guys. I feel like I need to insert applause right here. Thank you, thank you. Woo. Okay, set these aside for just a minute. I'm gonna add an onion. And this is a medium to a large size onion. So we'll see. If it ends up being like way too much onion, I might not use the whole thing. You wanna cut your onion very, very thinly. You don't want it to be so thick that it doesn't really entangle well or blend in well with the crab. For me, I think that's plenty of onions. I'm just gonna stop right there. I'm also gonna add more onion with some scallions, green onion. I'm gonna dice up a jalapeno and I'm gonna leave the seeds in. Now this is kind of like my own touch. My mom usually keeps this pretty simple and mild, but I like that little spicy bite. I also have about 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, or roughly 2 cloves. And now I'm just gonna add everything to my bowl. I'll add in my onions first, making sure to separate them as much as possible. And then I'm just gonna go by feel. Do what you like. If you don't like this much onion, then don't add too much either. I find it's best to just kind of mix as you go, because then you'll get a better idea if you have enough. All right, so I'm just gonna use the whole thing. So I used about 3/4 of a medium-sized onion, thinly sliced. So I have my jalapenos, nice and spicy. Let it rain. Alrighty, look at that green against that red. Scallions. And then I have my 2 cloves of minced garlic. Just make sure that gets distributed evenly. And now I'm gonna crack some eggs. So I think I'm gonna aim for about 7 eggs. My mom uses about 8, so we'll see. removing one glove right now just to add in a sprinkling of salt, just a pinch because the crab is plenty salty in itself, so you don't really need much. And some black pepper. I like to be generous with my black pepper. And then with your gloves, you can also use chopsticks or a spoon and just kind of squish up that egg into the crab mixture. The whole point is kind of think of ratios. You definitely want all of the ingredients to be coated with the egg, but you don't want it to be swimming in egg either. So you just want it to bind it. That's why I feel like for about 1 pound of crab with this amount of vegetables, 7 eggs should be plenty. A little assistance with the sleeve rolling, please. Oh, thank you. I think I wore the wrong sweater today. I kind of feel like I'm shampooing someone's hair. Now, could you turn this into one gigantic omelet, like kind of like a frittata? Sure, why not? But it always looks cuter when it's smaller, in my opinion. I think it's easier for portioning and it just looks better for presentation. That's perfect. I don't see much egg running around. Okay, and now I'm just gonna move my frying pan over here and we're pretty much done. A little veggie oil going in my pan. I'm gonna put it over medium-low heat because anytime you cook eggs, you don't want the heat too high. I'm just gonna grab a dollop. And you just form it into kind of a round shape. As you can see, I'm kind of scooting the egg mixture as it spreads out, putting it back into its place, and helping it into its circle shape just a bit without it being too perfect. You only need this to cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. The second side will actually probably cook even in less time.
Ooh, hot.
Ah, look at that steam.
Oh, this is so good.
Can you tell? Did you burn your mouth?
Nope. Close.
I'm just gonna keep going. And this is why it's great party food too, because if you want your guests in the kitchen and you don't want to be in the kitchen by yourself, definitely have them help you. You can definitely serve these with a dipping sauce if you prefer. You can have a mixture of soy sauce and rice wine vinegar and kind of dunk that in there, but you really don't need it, right?
You don't really need it.
It's all seasoned well.
A little bit kimchi on top.
That's what you need. It's kind of like a snack, but at the same time, you can eat it with a side of rice as one of your side dishes or banchan. I'm getting the hang of it now.
These are like perfect. It's a very familiar taste because it's made out of eggs, obviously.
Yes, it's like a frittata almost.
But it's so good with that imitation crab.
I wish there was a different name for it. It sounds awful. The first thing you taste is that sweetness from the crab, but then you get a little of the bite. It's not just soft all the way through because the onions don't have a chance to cook down too much, and the jalapeno is not spicy at all, really.
No.
It just adds a little depth to it. So it's very complex in flavor, even though it's like nothing to it, right? And I could see why that would be good with kimchi. Can I have a bite with kimchi?
Nice and hot.
Like a crab pillow. For substitutions, you can't substitute the crab. You need to have this imitation crab sticks that you can shred. But you can substitute with the vegetables. You can omit the onions altogether if you're not an onion fan. It will still be good. You could also try adding different kinds of vegetables too. I've made it once using finely diced up red bell pepper. So it adds an extra sweetness to it and it's kind of nice in color. And if you play around with some sort of interesting dipping sauce, let me know in the comments. Well, I hope you enjoyed spending time with us today. We thought this would be a nice, fun, easy side dish to share with you. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, remember to tell us by pushing like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye. Don't worry, it's just white fleshed fish. It's just white fleshed fish that's I'm also gonna chop up jalapenos. So I'm gonna mince. What's with my hair? It's flying into my eyes. Oh shoot, messy.
It's a very familiar taste. You can